Listen, we got to talk about one more thing before we hop off.
Hey, I'm
here.
ready.
There have been new things brought to light by Miss Janel Grant.
Oh, you want to go there?
Oh, yeah. She actually named Brock Lesnar
Oh.
and gave details of several different events with Brock Lesnar.
Oh.
He sent her pics of his Japanese language teacher, Mr. Wang.
I was like, where are we going with?
What the hell? Oh my God.
Oh, that's great.
She said that she was specifically sent to him to have relations.
Wow.
And the only reason it didn't go down one time was he was too drunk.
Wow.
And several other details along those lines, but specifically naming Brock Lesnar multiple times in those.
I just recently heard about the John Laurinaitis stuff. But, yeah, that's, wow.
So that brings the question, do you leave Brock Lesnar in WrestleMania?
I think so. I think the biggest challenge is, now, of course, I'm not going to be verifying it. I don't want to see the pics. Who verifies? What expert witness do you have come forward and say, yeah, that's
Well, unfortunately, if it's done over text message, that's recoverable, even if you delete it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, well, who's going to substantiate it? Like, obviously his wife, but I'm like, is WWE going to run an investigation and be like, hey, Brock, I need you to drop trial? Like, what? What are we doing?
Well, unfortunately, in this kind of a case, you're going to have a lot of that stuff that going to get uncomfortable real quick.
You know, I was reading a post about her and talking about John Laurinaitis, and I've seen, from what I'm seeing, for better or for worse. I'm not saying things didn't happen. I don't want to say things didn't happen and come to find out it's absolutely true. At the same time, it seems that things do get more salacious and sensational at certain points. And especially with WrestleMania coming up, especially Brock coming back, it's almost like, hey, by the way. And so is it convenient? It would seem that way. But
Could just be coincidental timing, too.
yeah, exactly. I don't know. I don't want, if that poor young lady was really going through all the things she said she was, that's sad. And no human being should have to go through that. I think one of your challenges that you deal with, though, is how much do you endure for money? Because all of us have been in jobs we don't like. All of us have been in a position where, man, I would quit tomorrow, but if not for the money.
Money.
Was that a factor? I think it was. I would submit to you that that's a factor.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You're getting paid.
Yeah, but there's a difference between getting paid and being mistreated
Yeah.
and abused.
Yeah. But are you, and that's my question, I'll never truly know, nobody will ever truly know. Was it a situation where you couldn't say, I'm done with this? I'm absolutely, no, you know what? I'm drawing a line, I'm done. Because it doesn't sound like to me that there was this evil cabal or a cartel of individuals that it locked you down and said, you're not going anywhere. I could be wrong. It just didn't seem that way.
That's an interesting take, my man. You are going to catch hell over that one.
But you feel me, though? I'm just
No,
saying.
no, I don't.
I'm just saying this.
Listen, I will never, ever, ever, ever side for, oh, she could have got out. She was being abused.
Sure. I agree. I agree to that point. I agree.
She was being abused, and they took advantage of her.
I agree.
Now, I will never, ever side for the guy in this situation and be like, well, he didn't threaten her. Come on, man. You know as well as I do that men don't have to come out and say things. They can be intimidating and threatening without using verbal cues.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
especially people who are in authoritative figures over a younger person who is not hip or wise to the ways of the world. There was no circumstance where I'm gonna be like, well, she should have known better, and she could. It's on the dudes for putting her in that situation.
I would agree. I don't think anybody should ever do that ever. I've been in situations where, as a manager, supervisor, leader, in various, roles, where I could have pushed the line, I could have abused power and maybe made coercions or suggestions. So I totally feel you. I think that's wrong. I just don't know what state she was in. I don't know if it was, okay, hey, you could have, but you didn't. And that's why I say I don't know.
So if she could have and she didn't, it still doesn't change the fact that she was sexually trafficked.
I think she was like to your point. I think she was abused. I think she was absolutely abused.
You can't say, well, she could have got out, because you could say that about women who are being abused, who stay in the abusive relationship. They could have got out, but they don't, because they feel threatened, even to a point where they're fearful that leaving that bad situation would be worse for them.
Now, to your point, if she felt like, man, I'm under powerful people who their reach is farther than I can imagine, and maybe she was introduced to certain people that it's like, oh snap, he knows this guy, this girl, everybody, this could ruin my life. I might as well stay here.
I think
that could have been the case.
I think it's more than that, man. I really do. I think you're I think you're looking beyond the fact that they were men in their, I don't know at the time, how were they, 50, 60-year-old?
Sure.
Taking advantage of a 20-year-old girl.
Sure.
They knew exactly what they were doing.
Sure.
She may or may not have, but the onus is on them.
I agree that anybody who does anything immoral, they're responsible for their actions. 100%.
But you can't say, well, I don't know, she could have got out. I don't agree with that, and I never will.
Sure.
Because maybe it's the Southern man in me. I was raised that we're supposed to protect women and not harm them. We're supposed to be protectors. So I will never side for an abusive side of a person and be like, well, she should have known what was going on and she had opportunity to leave. Nah, I can't rock with that.
Well, that's why I say I wonder if what was the case. We will never ever know 100% what was actually the case. I don't know. I have no idea.
The evidence is pretty damning, my man.
Now to your point, there have just been situations where people are involved in things that, hey, maybe they're down with it, and it takes a left turn. I have no idea. I don't know, and that's what I maintain. I just maintain I'm a bystander. I'm an onlooker, and I'm kind of analyzing the situation from the outside, and don't have enough information to say, okay, what was going on? Like, what was that? Was it just freaky and crazy? Or was y'all really some evil, like on some wild, stuff, like you said? trafficking? I don't know. I don't know. I'd be curious. I mean, because I haven't read the whole case. I have not honestly sat down and read the case verbatim and followed the case that closely. So I don't know. I don't know. These things happen in our world, and more they're coming up, and we don't know. Some things we know. Some things it's like, oh, I don't know, man. That sounds kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, I can't look at it like that.
It's crazy. I don't know. I don't know.
I've read some of it, and I don't know how you could say with text messages and screenshots and things of stuff that was said and done. I don't know how you could look at it any other way than he forced her to do things that she may not have wanted to do. She may, like you said, she may have been down with it at the beginning, and then it got in over her head.
Yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, you're talking about guys who are 50, 60, 70 years old who have been around the block more than one time, who are in influential situation, taking advantage of a young lady who, for all intents and purposes, when you're 20s, you're in your 20s, you're still pretty naive to the way of the world.
That's real. That's real.
And I think they were predators in that situation.
Now, I'll flip the script on you. I remember I've had a couple times where at certain points in my career, one was in the military, one was in the medical world where I had my original career foundation. And I had a couple instances that it was pretty blatant. One was more blatant than the other. I won't go into too many details, but I was approached by my female superiors, if you will. So, to your point, I do understand abuses of power. It is wrong. It's not okay. And I could totally see being young, impressionable, and being like, yeah, I'm going to go along with this for my career, what have you. It's just him. Okay, cool. And then it's, oh, dang. Like, and then you want me to do this. And then this, and it just goes deeper down the rabbit hole. None of it's okay. None of it's okay. And I've seen it from that perspective. I've seen it where it's been like, oh, dang, I don't know how to feel about that. Like, you do have some sway over me, and you pushing up on me? Like, we went out to lunch, and we had drinks, and now it's getting weird? I've been there. So, yeah, it's weird. It's a tough situation. Very, very, very unique. One thing's for sure, man. If that young lady, I mean, obviously she's been through some things. Hopefully she can come out of this on the better side of things as best she can. But WWE, they got some stuff on their hands, you're right. With Brock, they got some stuff on their hands. Very curious, very curious.